Yeah, it's him. I don't know why she's always like spraying shit. Like
Mm.
I don't know. Like it's sus. I gotta say, she's very obsessed with scents. I agree, Anna.
But
Addicted to cold brew said, "Isn't that stuff
I
toxic
think
to
I want that.
cats?" I'm
Chat, that's
sure
what I
it
want.
is.
I need to do it now.
God, she's so big and
My
purple.
friend did it, okay? And when I saw her do it, I was like, okay, we need to try this for a vlog.
I want
This
you,
lighting
like...
though is not cute. So I'm gonna take some sour cream.
Who said? I think somebody said in the
Why won't
chat that
this,
she
like,
needs a cleaner camera lens. And I
go
see it. It's like I
on...
keep wanting to wipe it, and I get sometimes I gotta
Yeah,
wipe,
it's like that.
clean that, and I get
That's
it.
what I want.
But I think Amber's usually a little too faded to notice these sorts of
Ooh, what are
things.
you building?
I'm gonna open it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna
I
drink
got,
it, okay?
Twisted Mexie's, what does he call that?
Wanna
The
come
building
here?
tool? And I basically just go into the neighborhoods
I
and
might
just
get this
rebuild the neighborhoods
restaurant
because they annoy the hell
style
out of me how empty
dressing
space they are in The Sims.
ranch.
I should have
Open
mentioned
her
I'm
up.
talking about The Sims 4,
I'm
sorry.
gonna add her into the
That
sour
probably made that
cream.
make more sense.
I have no idea how much.
You've never done this before?
I don't remember.
Okay. Her head is.
Ew.
Alice, it's not that her head is getting smaller.
Oh. You guys can hear that. I'm
Looks
sorry.
like
I'm
Lauren
so bad at
Fairbrand.
this. There we go. Of course you can hear it. That's the whole point. What can you see, though? Okay, all you can see is me. And the only thing that is important. My partner's feeding the cats. So I thought after we do the rune reading, where's my camera? I thought after we did the rune reading, we could do Alexandra Rodriguez, the newest video that she's got from 2 days ago. So not the newest, but one of them. And turn my phone off. I'm totally prepared, you guys. For realsies, turn off. There we go. Way. Okay, now you're all just making me jealous. How many of you are playing Sims? I want to play Sims. Totally prepared. There's that. There's that. I promise not to pick my teeth. I can't think of anything else I need to do, which means there's like 5 other things I forgot to do, but I did want to check because I put a well, I thought I put a community post up for the members so that they could suggest questions for the rune reading. And I forget how the internet works. There we go. Why did you cut out? I have a loose wire on my mic, so my mic keeps cutting in and out, and it's really annoying. Ta-da! Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say hi to people. Sorry. I just got the Sims thing and then I kept fidgeting, and so uh Amanda Oriana? Ori Is it the two Y's make a L sound, or is it Lan? Like llama? Amanda Oriana? Either way, I think it's a pretty name. First time catching a live before it starts. Right before your workout. Ha ha ha. Well, have a good time on your workout. More important. I worked out yesterday and I didn't want to. And it sucked, but I still did it. And hello, Kelly. Hello, Alice P. Rabbits. Alice P. Rabbits. Is that a... Anyway. Hello, Midori Gale. And 152... No, 1524 Scooter. You know, if your guys' are names are like references to something and I miss it completely, go ahead and tell me, because I think it's fun, but... BJ Puck. I don't know why I think that's so funny. Hello, Sam. Boredom's Monster. There we go. Hello, Boredom's Monster. Hello, Odessa. Hello, Shelly Daly. Hello, Barbie. Hello, Barbie. I still haven't seen that movie. Hello, Alexi. Lady Winterberries. You commented on something. If you want to feel not jealous. And I saw your name anyway, and I thought it was a fun name. That was a really cool name. You're working. Well, I mean, technically, I'm working. I just assume my job is a little more fun than whatever you're doing. Intense incense? Intense incense. That's fun. I like that. But hello. Hello, rookies whoopee. I think I've said hi to everybody at this point. Saskia? Saskia? Why do you have an eyeball next to yours? You're playing treadmill. Does that have levels? Sorry, that's great. I'm gonna say that next time I go to the gym. I'm playing treadmill today. Alright. Let's see, members. Did you guys give me questions to ask? There's one question. And it is from Shelly. Can we talk about any new relationship and how the relationship with family is working out? Yes, we can talk about that. Because that is an ongoing thing. That would be fun. If I knew how to ski. The winter job is being a ski instructor. See, I think those kind of jobs are a lot of fun because you get to be like active and stuff. You just have to deal with people and idiots like me who should not be on skis. So. And then Decimator. Decimator. Hey, Mars showed up. I had to go, I've had a night. I had to go pick up my car tonight. Just got back from therapy, by the way, so if I seem kind of out of it, I am. And I just wolfed down a whole bunch of, like, hibachi steak and zucchinis. There we go. Zucchini! And, oh. So if I seem out of it, that's why. Also, I just got these. Let me see if I can show them. Look, I'm an influencer. Nah, it's not gonna do it. They're magnetic, but they're like power cords, so they like... So you just put this little, like, stud thing into your power charger, and then they just, like... great? Okay, that's not so great, but whatever. You guys get the point. Fascinating. Possible question for later. How did you get into reading runes? Oh, that's easy. There was my dad bought a set way back in the day when I was a wee little lass, and he hid them in the basement for some reason. And I found them, and I just started goofing around with them. I must have been like 14-ish, 13, 14 when I found them. And he wasn't doing anything with them, so I just kept them, and ever since then, you know, then I found the Rune Guild, and I thought, ooh, the Rune Guild, that sounds fancy. So I was a member of that for a while, and then I found out that they're part of, you know, there's a religious group around the runes, but they're not, like, because of the runes, it's just part of the religion, if that makes sense. Anyway. Excuse me. And, yeah, so I joined the trough for, like, a hot minute. I've hung out with the Ostru. I used to write for one of their newsletters. It was called Aduna. I don't know if they still do that one, but I've got all of the issues that I wrote in. I used to do their herbal. I used to do their herbs for them. So, but that lasted for like 6 months. I don't remember why I stopped, but I did. And I think I started school, I think is what happened. So there's that. But there you go, that's the story. And I've just stuck with it. I just enjoy it. I enjoy Norse mythology. I like Norse culture. I like that kind of stuff. Not a big fan of television shows just because they're usually sensational, but I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, wireless charging pad. I was thinking about that, but see, this doesn't take up space. I don't know if the charging pad does or not. Also, I like the idea of being able to just like, and I'm sure you can do this with the charging pad too, but just being able to like stick those little tabs into all of your charging devices, and now you just have one cord, as opposed to having to find all the different cords and the stupid adapters for the cords. And see, you guys are talking about Sims and I missed it. Dang it. Come back to me. Where did we start? I like that you're all playing your workouts. You're gonna play stationary bike later. You know, that's not a that's actually the ones at my gym. You can select from a variety of different like screens, and the faster you pedal, the faster the screen moves. So I mean, I guess it's like a video game. Okay, there's where the question is. Seasonal depression. I don't know if mine's really seasonal because some years I get it and some years I don't. CC stuff for The Sims is amazing. Some of those people create the coolest stuff. I have no idea how they do it. I kind of wish I did, but it's probably best that I don't because then I would spend all of my free time making CC. So. Anytime I tried divination. I think you have to pick something and stick to it for a good long time. I wouldn't recommend things like pendulum, and also you have to keep a very broad mind when you're doing these kind of things. I don't know if I necessarily 100% buy all of it, and I do readings, so there you have that. I just think they're fun, and, you know, sometimes I get really close, so there must be something to it. But I have a new setup. I'm still going to do the picture thing, but I have a different thing to throw them on. I don't know if it's going to help with the picture quality at all, but we'll find out. Someday. Someday I will figure this out. Hopefully today is that day. Let's see. What did you think when Amber talked about the tarot? She was only doing that because she got tired of Justine Mama Goose doing all of her rune readings and actually getting crap accurate. So she was like, I'm going to do my own rune reading or my own tarot cards. And so, yeah, that's what that was about. So, you notice you haven't seen him since. So, there's that. I'd love to see her sit down and try to do like a Celtic cross or anything, just like a 3-card pull. That'd be really funny. Because she'd have to look everything up and then she'd be like, oh my god, you guys. And then we'd have to listen to that. And Rookie's Whoopie is for my black pug, Rocky. I don't know why I'm saying Rookie, sorry. Rocky, who passed away. Aww. His favorite toy was a fox, and he carried it everywhere. Aww. Rocky's Whoopie. His little Whoopie fox. Well, you know, I'm in Philly, so Rocky is our Lord and Savior, so. Or was he the son? Which one's Rocky? The Father, the Son, or the Holy Ghost? Oh, sorry, Rocky's the son. Gritty is the Holy Ghost. That's right. I live in Philly. I don't know what you want. Oh, I'm reading too slow. You know, I did like Loki from the MCU, and I do like the Thor movie. I haven't seen the most recent one, but I do really like the Thor movies, and I like their idea of Valhalla and the Nine Worlds. I like that. I think visually it's very cool. It's the furthest thing from actual mythology, but I think it's great. And yes, it helps that they're all very hot and attractive men. So And some of the women are not bad looking either. Like the lady playing Freya, or Frigg, Odin's wife in the first movie. Hotness. Anyway. Um. Yeah, CC does seem like it probably takes a lot of work. What I do is I follow creators on their Patreons, and I donate when I can. And a lot of them will have like well, like Ko-fis and that kind of stuff, so you can like send them a couple bucks here and there. But I do have a couple that I'm like religious about using. Um, and I just drew a blank as soon as I wanted to tell you who they were, which is like 3 people in this chat care, so you know. Hello, Kelly. I think divination is talking to the subconscious mind, and is connected to the collective conscious. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's definitely good for talking to yourself, if that makes sense. I do not do tarot readings. I use tarot cards as kind of like a journaling thing. Um, but I do enjoy doing like a tarot spread for the week, or sometimes I'll just pull a card for the day. And I like to do that because it like I don't necessarily think it's predicting anything, but it's like reading your horoscope. It kind of puts you in a frame of mind, and I feel like that helps you throughout the day. Like if it puts you in a positive frame of mind, you're gonna have a better day. But I also took the what is it? The Three of Swords. I took that out of my deck, so I can never draw that card again. Also, I have the Cat Tarot. That's my deck. I saw Kicking Geese use it one time. She uses it a lot actually. But the first time she used it, I was like, I must own that deck. And it took me about 3 months to find that thing, but I own it now, and it is mine. Yeah, Amber can't. Amber doesn't have the patience or imagination to do any kind of any kind of divination kind of thing. Sister Dharma the Destroyer. Be like, I think of tarot more like therapy prompts. Yeah, exactly. Oh, don't be nervous, Amanda. Don't be nervous. First thing to do is get the cards out, look at them, pick out your favorite ones, you know, artwork wise. Sit with them, you know. Don't let them intimidate you. Just because you're outnumbered, it's fine. Loki's an interesting character historically because we we historians and archaeologists we're not entirely sure when Loki joined the Pantheon. Like he could be a Christian insert. So he would be like post Christianization of the heathens. Excuse me. All of my food is like rebelling right this second. Gritty. See, some of you know. I'm getting caught up. How far back? I'm not that far behind. Okay, that's good. All right. I like the Loki from the TV shows. I don't think I never read the comics, so I don't know what the canon characters are supposed to be like. Frost incident, eh? To look that up. I just got done reading Horror Store, pronounced with a Swedish accent. It is not written in Swedish. Who's the author? Oh crap! If you could like horror novels, and it is hands down a horror novel. No wonders about that. Oh my god, it's good. So good. But the setting is it's not IKEA. He's very clear that it's not. It's a competitor of IKEA. It's a fictitious competitor of IKEA. And that's the setting for the horror story is a haunted IKEA effectively, but not. It's very cool. Very good book. Yeah, I like when people read for me because I feel like they have um well, more skill at it than I do because I know I'm not doing it right. Okay, if you ever did history lesson vids. Yeah, well, you guys say that. I got a channel, though. Y'all won't like my other channel. So, alright. Let's see. We got, what have we got going on here? Did you catch Jakara's transformations on her protein quiche? I have not. I was trying to think, because I usually do. And I have not. And the first Iron Man movie was really good, and then all of the other movies got made. And I went back and rewatched it because I loved it. And I rewatched it and I was just like, man, this isn't that great. And so I did that with the Thor movies. I did like a Thor marathon. And like I remember the first movie just being hilarious and I loved it. And I went back and watched it and I was just like, wow. I mean, if the other movies didn't exist, this would still be an amazing movie. But like, what is it, Thor 3? Or is it the second Thor where he's got the rock guy in it later? Anyway, where that one director takes over. Oh my god, it's so good. It's like the best. If they ever lose him as the director for Thor movies, I will stop watching. But Smug and Smarmy. Okay, I think we're caught up. Right. I can't read that out loud, but I appreciate that. My partner's on the spectrum. Actually, he's got Asperger's, and I can tell you that because it's like the first thing he tells people when he meets them. Um, so like I get it. I am not, but I get it. We've been together like 15 years now, something like that. So we did try going to an adult when we still lived in Indiana. We tried going to an adult spectrum meetup group. So they were, adults who were on the spectrum. Um, I hope the group is still together. And I enjoyed going, but as an outsider who is not on the spectrum, it was like watching a basket of puppies compete for attention. And because none of them, they were all really cool, very interesting people. They all had really interesting stories. They're all like my partner, they'd struggled going through college, but they'd all managed to graduate and they all had like these crazy ass jobs. One of them was like an engineer for like Google or some stupid shit like that. And I was just like, why are you here? Anyway, so very cool, interesting people. But when you're people on the spectrum, like they have their focuses and it's not like the stereotype like people think. However, they really like talking about the things they are interested in. And if you aren't interested in that thing, tough shit, kind of thing. So when you have like an entire room of them, and there had to be like 15 people in that room at the first few meetings we went to. So it was just very, very chaotic, but everybody seemed to be having a good time. So that's really the only thing that mattered, is that they were meeting each other, they were forming relationships, everybody was having a good time. And we went a handful of times, but then we ended up moving to Virginia, so we had to leave. Anyway, stories about my life. Oh, well, that's kind of fun, smug and smarmy. So you work at an airport? I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna butcher his name. Taika Waititi? Yeah, he's great. He did do What We Do in the Shadows, and I don't think I've laughed that hard at a movie in a really long time. So he's got a gift. See, I like him and I like James Gunn. I still haven't watched the third Guardians movie, but literally the only reason I watched the second one was because he directed it, so. Air Force Base. Oh, cool. What was he doing on an Air Force Base? Why was he on the Air Force Base? Now I need to know these things. This is true. People with autism sometimes are kind of like living Wikipedias. If you ever wonder what it's like talking to Wikipedia, you have no excuse now. All right. This is the set that I made for this, which means they're not going to show up at all. Why are they fuzzy? If you've been here before on my other attempts at doing this, you will know that my runes don't like to show up on camera. They shy, apparently. How awesome is that to be like, yes, I'm of sufficient rank that you're just my guest now. I mean, that would be awesome. What was the gender split of the meeting? Yeah, so it was predominantly male, but there were 3 other women, and they were spectrum. They weren't like me. There was only one other person who was basically just there for moral support. So there were really of the group there was only 2 of us who weren't on the spectrum. So, but yes, it was predominantly guys, and I don't think that's because women aren't on the spectrum. One of my roommates in college was. I just think it's harder for them to get diagnosed with it because, I mean, sexism. It's all I got. It's just expected. So, yeah, autism can get pretty, you can go pretty far down. Obviously, my partner's high functioning. He's, did I say he's got Asperger's? And then when Asperger's got reclassified as part of autism, I know that really annoyed him. And I can understand why. But it is all the same the same spectrum, not the same thing. Ah, Sarah, you've been watching my old videos. One of them I got pretty damn close, so. The generals. T. Let's see. All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do Shelly's question about any new relationships. You mean with the imaginary girlfriend that lives in Canada? Yeah. I can do this. My table's like over here. So give me just a second. That's what I needed to do. All right. Oh yeah, I forgot. For follow-up questions, I got a pair of rune dice when I was in Salem, and I haven't had a chance to use them yet, so I'll be using those here. Anyway, question was, how are the relationships with family working out? Let's do family relationship first, because I don't believe she has any new relationships, but we'll see. So, but I am genuinely interested in family. Look, he stuck to my hand. I don't know what that means. All right, which one of you bailed? Right back. There you are. Dang it, I didn't want to have to move. Sorry, I had to go escapee. All right. Ultimate chaos. All right. Now I want to take a picture. Gotta turn my phone back on again. What have I got there? Well, right off the bat, there's some kind of distance going on between her female family members and like the concept of a traditional style home. So I'm not clear what that means just yet. Yeah. There's some kind of there's like a journey. Yeah, there's some kind of journey coming up. That's going to be actually pretty positive for her. So, let me get a picture. Could we work? That would be fabulous. Thank you. Okay. Here we go. All right. Now, supposedly, this will transfer data too. So, supposedly, all I should have to do is plug this into the computer. Don't you guys love watching me work in real time? It's the most stimulating and exciting thing that ever happened, ever. Nope, you're supposed to stay. Fine, do that, whatever. I need to connect. Oh, my phone. Do I need to go here? Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I don't think so. All right, it's not working. Anyway, talks amongst yourselves. I'm going to upload the photo and then we'll jump in. Upload. And that one first. We will come here, we go here. And there we go. And then, okay. Ta-da! Just need to... And there we go, that's what I needed. I'll fix it, I promise. Okay, maybe I won't. We found this cool round table next to the trash can, and yes, I am that person, so you can judge away if you want, but... Okay, now! Supposedly this is working, yes? Can you guys, well, you can see that now. Can you guys see the picture? Hey, Purbug showed up. Hey, everybody else I missed. I don't think I missed anyone else. Oh, the doctor show. Happiness is here, actually. She's got Winjo. We got Winjo over here. Can you guys see this okay? Is it, I mean, I know it's not, like, hugely magnified, but... best I can do. I don't know what that means. Don't know what that means. All right, so usually I don't read the ones that are flipped over, so we're going to... We're not going to read those, that's why. So... Mine crumbles, snoring, teehee. All right, so we've got Gibbo over here. We've got Haglaz. She always gets this damn rune. And she always gets this rune. This is, however, next to Nathus. I'm just going to pretend like no one's ever been here for one of my readings before, so if I repeat myself, it's just work with me here. But, so Nathus is a rune about needs, but it's a kind of like an ignoring needs kind of a thing. Like, you know what the need is. Kind of like, I always kind of liken it to a heart attack. Like, oftentimes you know you're having the heart attack. You can either go to the hospital and get something done about it, or you can stay home and let it play itself out. not everyone dies from a heart attack, I guess. It's that kind of a situation. So it's telling you that there's a need, and you need to listen. Excuse me. So I was saying, like, so Parath here, it usually means, traditionally, people like to translate it to mean like lot box or mystery or something like that. I don't particularly like that. I do basically like a literal translation from the Old English rune poem, and there's also a alternative translation to the verse done by a woman named Freya Answayan, and she's like one of the OGs of the rune revival. So I like her version, and it basically talks about midwives sitting in the hall together and how there's always joy and happiness. So basically what I'm telling you is this could literally be the bingo hall. That's what this is. This is literally the bingo hall. This is her maternal relatives and the bingo hall. This is Othula, though, and Othula is the rune of the home. It's the concept of home and tradition and doing what's right within tradition. So the gap here is significant. Oh, and also the other thing you probably wouldn't need to know. The closer to the inside of the circle we get, the closer we get to amber. So the dead center of this is amber, right? So the further away we get, the more this is the outside world. All right. And I go by the way things point and how they gather around each other and how they line up. Yes, you can draw a line between 2 points. So I don't necessarily take all things that line up. Also, I'm more than happy to like interpolate a line. So that kind of a thing. It cracks me up how these don't show up on photos. Because I'm like, oh, look, he's missing one of his little bit doodads here. And he's not. He's fine. It's just the photo. Ignoring needs. Okay, so let's see. This struck me really, this kind of is really interesting to me because this is definitely talking about the women in her family. And they're pointing towards the concept of home. But home is on the outside. So it's the outside world. And it's also pointing away. So well, basically this concept of home, this traditional concept of home is not in Amber's sphere right now. It's an outside force, but it's not directly affecting her, or it's not affecting her in a positive kind of way. This is, yes, it is. Anyway, this one's a birch tree, and the verse for this one typically means, how does it go? The birch does not produce seed, but yet still has beautiful leaves. And yes, it does. The tree actually does produce seeds, but that's not the point. The point is that this particular rune talks about growing from your own internal strength, not from outside forces. But it also means that you're like terminal. So the things that you do, the things that you radiate outward are not necessarily going to go anywhere except you. You are affecting everything right now. It's got a little bit of a barrier. This is Isa. Isa means ice. It's one of the winter runes. And it talks about how pretty ice can be and how it glimmers like diamonds, but they're not diamonds. So it talks about illusions and being able to perceive through an illusion. So, it's ice. So, you can take all the ideas about ice and also apply. We've got Manaz out here, which is another really interesting rune to have this far out, especially with this rune so far out. Manaz literally means man. And man in Old Norse didn't mean men. It meant everyone. Everyone was a man. So Manaz basically means like everyone. And to have that rune so far out, much like Othla being so far out, and I'll catch up with the chat in a second. I can't switch back and forth. It's interesting that those are well outside of her sphere of influence, yet these kind of runes that talk about illusions and basically depending on the self are so close to Amber. And then, so this is Iwa's. Yes, this is Iwa's. It means horse, typically. It talks about a journey. It doesn't actually talk about journey. It talks about horses, but it talks about a horse in the aspect of like a fancy car kind of a situation. So it can literally mean a form of transportation. Like it can literally mean my horse, or it can also mean showing off via a vehicle or like that. So, you know, like when you go to a car show, it's that kind of a thing. Because part of the verse is, you know, what is it? Lords and heroes exchange strong words when upon their horses. Basically, they're like smack talking each other while they're on their horses. Look at my horse, kind of thing. All right. Sorry. This is Haglaz. I mentioned that earlier. Haglaz is the hailstone. The thing I can equate this to the easiest for everybody is it's basically the tower card, only there's usually a positive outcome afterwards. So the Haglaz is the hailstone. Hail rains down. It destroys everything it touches. However, it's ice, so it melts, and it was called the white seed. And it would, you know, it's water. So, you know, the hailstorms would come down, they would destroy your crops, but then the ice would melt and it would fertilize your crops and they would pop back up again. That kind of concept. It's also next to Gebo. Sometimes people will translate Gebo as being like a rune of partnerships, but really what it's, for me, what it's talking about is gifting, but there's a catch. The gifting is, oh, my skull glass. See, this is why I can't look at the chat at the same time. I got this at Michael's like 3 years ago. I saw them at Michael's last year. It wasn't the same color, but it's the same everything else. Anyway, Gebo can mean gifting. It means, but a gift always looks after a gift. Meaning, if I give you something, I give it to you in the expectation that there will be an exchange. So it's like beware a gift kind of a situation. But it also has like a toxic meaning to it. And I almost, whenever I see this pop up, I always associate it with Amber because Amber is well known for gifting, using gifts and money as a way to kind of like control and manipulate the people around her. And that's been verified by several exes at this point. So I don't know why I'm so out of breath. You would think I would done this enough times. All right. This is Ingwaz. Ingwaz is the hero. It literally is talking about the god Ing. It talks about how Ing goes out before everything and his stuff basically comes behind him. It's referring maybe to a sacrificial procession, or it could be referring to the concept of trailblazing. You go out before everyone else, you lay the path down, and then the rest follows after you, kind of a thing. So, let me catch up with chat a little bit here. Grumbles is okay. Yay, you guys can see the photo. I love that someone named Mistress of the Dark shows up while I'm doing this. The women in Amber's life do... Well, I don't know anything about her grandmother, but her mom does seem to be trying to pull her life together. I'm neutral on Mama Lynn. I don't have any strong opinions one way or the other of her. I like what I see of her on camera, but not like a fan. But I think she is trying. And when magical lore is scientifically wrong. Never. Ever. Let's see. The concept of the man group being far away. The man group could be her audience. It could be. If it is her audience and it lines up with the Issa rune, I'm always talking about her parasocial relationship with her audience, and that could definitely be one way to interpret that, because it's an illusionary relationship. It's not a real relationship with people. I'm always saying we're not your friends, we're not your therapist, we're not your doctor. So yeah, that could very well be lining that up with her whole like inner power. I'm going to do this. It works for me kind of a thing. Yeah, I don't know about the exes. We're talking about the family right here, which is why I don't know. I don't see. Yeah, gotta keep this in context of the family. All right, so we've got the vehicle. We've got this. Right now, her vehicle of choice is her mother. That's who's getting her around point A to point B. And I'm really hoping something bad does not happen to Mama Lynn's car, just because I know that Mama Lynn's very likes the car, but there's like this gift thing here too. So, maybe, I don't know if Amber's gonna like buy a whole ass new car, or if she's going to like gift her mother something to do for the car. Maybe start paying gas money or something like that, or maybe pay for a trip, like a weekend trip or something. But with Amber, her gifts are loaded. I don't see anything else around here though that is particularly negative, but whatever this is here, it does have a catastrophic element to it. There's no other way around it. So, and it will have something to do with some mode of transportation. It doesn't have to be the car. It's just, I know Mama Lynn's very attached to her car. We're talking about the family kind of a situation. So, all right. So, I don't know if you guys can see these very well. Yeah, that helps. Let me put my hand right in front of the camera. So, these are called rune dice. They're not necessarily a traditional way of doing a rune reading at all, but they're kind of fun. And there's 6-sided die, and there's obviously a different rune on each die, but there's only 4 dice, so at any time you only get 4 runes. So I want to use these as like a clarifier. Where do I want to roll them? Because they're going to be very loud. All right, anyway, I want to clarify this cluster. I'm just gonna... Well, that was helpful. So there's some kind of journey. It's poorly planned. Ah, that... I don't like that. I'm not going to take a picture. It takes too long. But what we've got is, around these guys, we've got radio over here. Radio refers to the journey. Radio means the road. It's the concept of the literal journey. To have that combined with Iwaz, which I do, I rolled that a second time, so here we go. I guess I could pick them up and show them to you guys. I'm a professional. So these are what we got. When you get these 2 runes together, it's talking about some kind of, like a car trip. Some kind of actual physical trip is going to happen. So that'll be interesting to see. However, she's also got these 2. Let me do it this way. There we go. She's also got these 2. And Jira represents the year. It's kind of like the Wheel of Fortune card, in that you reap what you sow kind of a situation, but it's also like if you don't sow anything, you're not going to get squat either. So it's not negative, but it's not positive. It's what you've done. It's karma. This is Tiwaz. Tiwaz is another one that is referring directly to the god. This is the god Tui, and it's not the North Star. They had a different guiding star, but that's what this represents, is a star of guidance. And so it's the concept of being divinely guided, but and it's also the concept of like, if you always follow north, you're not going to get lost, kind of a situation, right? So I'm losing my words here. Stop it. So what's happening is we've got the Tiwaz rune was pointing all the way over here, and it was all over here by itself. And then we had Radio and Iwaz reinforcing these two. The two Iwazes were together, so it's definitely talking about some form of physical transportation. There is a trip coming up, but I was talking about that over here, so that does kind of reinforce what's going on here. And it looks like, so the Jira rune, the one I was telling you is what reaps what you sow, it smacked right up against this guy, and then Tiwaz was like over here. Whatever this is badly planned, or yeah, it's badly planned, and it's going to go poorly. However, you keep in mind that this guy's hanging out over here. So I think it's going to be a situation where it's a potential situation where Amber could maybe come out looking like the hero. Remember, Amber's only got like 3 modes. She's like the victim, the know-it-all, and the hero. And so I think this is going to give Amber an opportunity to maybe actually be the hero, because she's going to be able to help the situation out. So there's a bad situation coming up. It's going to be around some kind of journey for some purpose that's going to be badly planned for, or go badly because they're not following what they should be. And I think it's going to give Amber a chance to rush in with her gifts and save the day. Very interested to know what that's going to be, if it goes anywhere. Remember, guys, this is all for fun. So we do have this need here, as well as the sun. It's another one of those that is directly commenting on a thing. But in the idea of a trip, Zwalu mentions how it's the joy of every man at sea to see the sun, basically, to see the horizon. Saying things like a well-planned trip is very pleasant, kind of a thing. So we've got Nathu's talking about needs, immediate needs that need to be addressed or else. Then we've got this talking about planning well, and if you plan well, good things turn out. We've got Radio, and then we've got Wunjo. Wunjo is Wunjo's definition is joy. It's joy, it's happiness, it's joy, it's the best possible outcome, kind of a thing. So we've got 2 different things going on here. Maybe, okay, hear me out. Maybe what we're seeing here is there's some kind of family planning, some kind of family trip that's coming up, or like a family gathering of some variety that's going to occur. And Amber is going to be able to participate in some way with helping people with their transportation, or she herself is going to be providing transportation somehow. It's got something to do, like I was saying, it's got something to do with the women in her family and a gathering. But it's going to be really, it's not the home life she wants, I think. There's no big holidays coming up right now, though. Like, the big holidays are gone. So unless they're talking, like, Easter? Her family is religious, but they're not, like, Catholic Lutheran religious. So I don't know if Easter would mean anything to them. What the hell was that? I'm sorry, there was a piece of potato stuck to the bottom of my glass. Don't ask. I don't know. Anyway, see, but that's like a traditional thing. So, like, is her family Catholic or something? But then we've got this illusion here. I don't know, maybe she's going to isolate herself from this family gathering. Maybe that's what's happening. Oh, yeah, no, this thing, I mean, if you can buy it at Michael's, you can buy it anywhere. It's not special. It's special to me. Mine came with a screw top, a metal screw top, and then it had like a plastic or metal straw that went through the center of it, and I very quickly lost both of those things. So, let's see. Let me catch up with the chat real fast. She does historically rely on other people for new meetings. Yes. Actually, I think all of her exes, with the exception of Becky, have driven her to meet the new girlfriend. So, yeah. With the exception of the transition from Becky to wifey, every one of her exes have driven her to meet her new girlfriend. So, it's kind of creepy when you think about it. She's never had to be an adult, but she has this illusion that she is. That's what this is really telling us here. And maybe that's it. Maybe, maybe she thinks she's more independent than she really is, and that's going to cause the conflict here. This guy out here, it could be her trailblazing, which is why this is so distant as well. Everything that has to do with, like, people is, like, way out here, except for this little grouping. And this is actually more about travel and planning and vehicles than it is about people. This is the only one that's really about people. Are we looking at a gathering, or are we looking at a trip? Ooh. So, I don't know how well that's going to show up. This is what we got this time. Now, when I cast the runes, this guy stuck to my hand. And this is talking about being a pillar, being strength, being... it's the joy of the estate. So it's the foundation of the home. It can also be like foundation of the family. So if I were to pair this with like a female rune, it would be talking about a matriarch. That's not what happened. I'm just giving that as an example. But it was right up next to Issa, which again is about illusions and seeing through illusions. I think Amber thinks she's a whole lot more important here than she actually is. Lycus is another rune about planning and traveling, but it's talking about stormy seas and getting lost. And then Few is money. This is literally money. But it also has a gifting aspect to it. But that gifting aspect about Few is about trying to buy a stairway to heaven situation, where you're giving gifts so that you look good. It's not an altruistic, hey, this person needs a thing and I can help. It's a, I'll give you this now because you're going to give me something else later kind of a situation. And combining that with Gabo, I don't see Amber traveling, even though that's exactly what this is saying. Personally, I don't see her traveling. I don't know. I would like to see it. So I'm thinking maybe it's something quick. But whatever it is, Amber thinks she's a whole lot more important about it. And she's definitely going to be throwing her weight around and her money around for it. And I don't think that's going to go over well with her family. And I think that's why we're seeing this guy all the way out here and why we're seeing this guy all the way out here. I think she's getting ready to drive a wedge into her family. That's what I think is about to happen. I don't have a timeline for that. But I think in the future we might see some kind of distancing, or I don't know, maybe Amber will actually be open about things. I don't know, but something's going to happen within the family. Amber's going to try to pull rank, and I don't think it's going to work out. There's already a matriarch of the family, and Amber's not it. So she's not even in the matriarch group. So, all right, that's the family one. Going on a trip to meet a new caretaker. Maybe. I don't know. I am going to ask about relationships next, so. Mom's boyfriend too. I mean, typically when you date somebody, it's because you want to be around them, so Not everybody dates a caretaker. Performative gifting, yes. Boredom's monster, yes. If you've been here for any length of time, you will know Amber's gifts always come with a catch. Mermaid Princess, hello. That's an interesting one. Amber buys Mama a gift to get her a gift to trip. Blech. Amber gifts a trip to get her mom away from her boyfriend. I could see Amber seeing the boyfriend as a threat. I could see that. Amber doesn't like men to begin with unless they're gay. And I didn't see this in the runes, but what if, you guys, what if? The boyfriend's straight, right? And we all know that Amber is like the hottest thing that ever hotted and that all men want her. How long do you think it's going to be before Amber starts saying that the boyfriend is making moves on her and tries to use that to drive a wedge? That might be interesting. That's just me speculating. ALR's relationship with her mom is more of a friendship. And I think that's part of the problem. I think I said this on one of the earlier rune readings. Amber's looking for a mom, and I don't think her mom can mom. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's just that moment has passed, and I don't think it's a moment they can get back. Anyway, I think I said that in the reading before this one. I don't remember. So, all right. Wow, it's been an hour. Jeez. Well, let me pick this up. We'll talk about future relationships after I throw this cast. Talks amongst yourselves. I will be right back. Easier to do it this way because I can lean over. So easy to clean up. I just completely vanished off the screen. What non-family relationships are happening or have the potential to happen? Always one. Why? At least nobody else bailed. Well, somebody's going to try to lure her away from her home. Let me get a picture of this. This is fun. All the fun faces I make when I take pictures. Do, do, do. Yeah, I know. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. There we go. Is it the new one? No. I just told you to upload that dang picture. Where is it? Okay. See, I'm really glad the computers are not sentient yet because mine is going to murder me. Just straight off the bat. Aw, yay! Bathtub Mary. I can't see your picture, but it looks kind of cool, actually. Welcome to the internships. I gotta find fun stuff for your interns to do, like assignments. Alright, this guy is overexposed, and I apologize for that. Can I ride on this with this? No, that would be far too convenient. But anyway, this is Thurazaz. Thurazaz is the rune, or the rune. Yes, it is. Thorn. It's the thorn. So it pricks you and it draws blood and burns and it hurts. So don't grab hold of it, kind of a situation. And it is right smack in the dang middle here. Remember we were talking about Othla being the rune for the home, Zwalu being the concept of a well-planned trip, and then we've also got Isa out here being illusions. And I think Amber thinks that there's something away from home, something good away from home for her, but I don't think it's gonna... Oh, you guys can't see. I am so sorry. I'm rambling away over here. Well, I mean, you guys can't just psychically see what I'm pointing at. It's called a rune reading, you guys. Sorry. I don't think Amber's gonna push Mama Lynn back. I think Mama Lynn is past that point. At least that's just how it sounds. She just doesn't seem like she's teetering. I don't think Mama Lynn would have jeopardized her sobriety just for Amber, because she didn't before. I don't know why she would now. Assignments. You mean you didn't get enough of those in school? Wow. Anyway. So I see. Okay, so here we are. No, now you can't see my pointer. Here we go. Othla, very center. The home, the concept of tradition. Zwalu, the concept of like a well-planned trip. The sun, seeing the light at the end of the tunnel situation. But then we've also got Isa over here, and Isa is again a rune of illusions. And this is... I'm sorry, my dinner's fighting with me. Again, this is Thurzaz. Thurzaz means thorn. Some people try to associate it with the concept of the Thurs, which are the giants of Norse. And the giants they're a variety of things, but they're typically seen as being like more chaotic than the Norse gods, but that's really out for interpretation if you've ever read any of the Norse mythology. Odin's an asshole, just putting it out there. We've also got Tiwaz. Remember I was telling you that's the rune that is guidance. And then we've got this rune here talking about outward strength, projecting. You're burning, you're working with your inside power, not your outside power. And then we've got Lagus and Nathus. Nope. Yes. Sorry, it's late. We've got Lagos and Nathus over here. And remember, so that's a need that needs to be heeded or else. And then we've got Lagos, which is talking about very badly planned going out on the water on an unsteady ship kind of a situation. Gabo is all the hell the way out here. Hey, you can see my Christmas ornaments. Yes, I just took them down. I am that guy. This is Dagaz. Dagaz is the day. It can be the beginning and it can be the end. Norse culture apparently seemed to perceive the day beginning at sundown. So night was the beginning, and so evening, that transition from day into night, that would be the end of the day, if that makes sense. So, but this is the bright sunny day. This isn't like the day, it's the bright time. Bright time. So, she doesn't have a whole lot going on here. So there's just a real quick, simple message. I think Amber thinks there's the potential for something, but she's going to have to leave home for it, which means it's probably not going to go anywhere. But right now she's got something bright and shiny in her eyes, and she doesn't see through it. This is... I don't know how to explain it. This is her going off half-cocked about something that she doesn't really know anything about and ignoring something important that she shouldn't. And it's going to end probably the way we all expect it to end. And then we've got, you know, the gifter way out here. I think that means that... I don't entirely know what that might mean. It could mean that her habit of trying to lure people to her with her gifts. Like she tries to buy people's love. I don't think that's going to work for her. And if we draw a line right through here, like an actual line and not just me shaking my hand. Yeah. So, oh, thank you, Alexi. I appreciate that. Oh, hell yeah. Do I get an actual $5 from Canada? Because that would be amazing. Like if they would send me like an actual $5 thing from Canada, that would be really cool. But thank you. I appreciate that. And apparently that's my first super on a live stream. Thank you. But we got this. We got this. This is something painful that you're holding on to. Like I mentioned, it's thorns. But it's like you can see the thorns kind of a situation. So you know it's painful, but you're still holding on to it kind of a thing. It's usually a bad thing to do that. But we also know that Amber loves to dwell on things. If this last video isn't evidence of that. So we've got Amber like holding on to something very painful. This is the beginning of the end of it. And I think this is like a last ditch effort to try to like rein that back in. This very well could be wifey. This little stream right here. That's what this really could be. She might be trying to, well, we know she's trying to communicate with wifey, but she might actually be able to like send wifey things somehow. Maybe even like Venmo or something like that. Any kind of gift. So I think that's what we're seeing here. I don't see it going well. I don't see that ending well. So, on the one hand, I think Amber could get catfished. On the other, it's like a manipulator trying to manipulate a manipulator kind of a situation. I don't think anybody's too smart to get fooled. I just think maybe Amber might be a little bit more difficult. I know everybody thinks she's stupid, but I don't think she's that dumb. I think she's very clever, and I think she's very devious, and I think she's very suspicious. I think she's more suspicious than we give her credit for. So, there's that. But yeah, I mean, the potential to be it is an illusion. It is falling for an illusion. So, maybe this girlfriend in Canada, you know, the mysterious, she's not really in Canada, you guys, I'm just making fun of it. It's like, she goes to a different school, you wouldn't know her. But she talks about this person a lot, and I think she's trying to pull one over on us with this fake girlfriend, fake friend, but maybe this person's real. This is interesting here. Just because it's hard to interpret in context of like current and future relationships. So I just said relationships. I didn't specify romantic or otherwise. So maybe there is a relationship that she's being counseled to take, like go to a new doctor kind of a situation here. And Amber's rejecting that idea because she thinks she knows more. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting here. Like she's being told or counseled, not told, but it's being suggested that she go a certain way, do a certain thing, possibly see a certain person. And she's doing what she always does. She knows better. She knows best. So it works for her kind of a thing. So maybe that's what's going on here, is that there's a non-romantic relationship being suggested. Why is it half of the time you can see the pointer and half of the time you can't? That means like half of this conversation makes no freaking sense. I'm so sorry. Anyway, this right here, you know, she's being counseled to go somewhere. This is her being stubborn. I don't necessarily see this as being like a romantic relationship, but it doesn't make it a non-relationship kind of situation. I gotta quit saying that. I'm gonna put a counter up. This right here, I don't know if the pointer was working at the time, but this line right here is the line I was saying might be wifey. Because this is something very painful, holding on to. This is the beginning of the end or the end of the beginning. And this is the gifting rune, but it's all the hell the way out here, and it's outside of the personal realm. It's going into the worldly realm. And the only person we know who's like that far away is wifey. That person that Amber wants to be holding on to. That's what this is. This is Becky. That's Becky right there. This is Amber not having control over Becky anymore. A therapist would be good for her. I do stand by everyone should be assigned a therapist at birth. It should be a human right. It should just be. I think this is Becky, and here's my reasoning. Amber sees Becky's potential telling of her story to be a threat. And so this is Amber knowing that she needs to take care of the situation, but in true Amber style, she's going to go about it all the wrong way. So I don't see anything blowing up in her face. She's going to handle it incorrectly. And so she's going to lose. But she's already lost. So I mean, the only way she can win this is to not engage. There's no other way. She cannot win this conversation. The only way she can win is to not have it at all. All right, give me 1 second. One of my runes fell on the floor. I want to grab it while I'm thinking about it. No. God damn it. Why do I have to be so short? You guys think I'm joking when I tell you I'm short. Alright, so there you go. Rune reading. Huzzah! Somebody else asked me something. If you had a question. Oh no, we talked about it, didn't we? Let me catch up with the chat real fast. Yeah, Amanda's saying, talking about Mama Lynn, she's been sober for a while. Amber's not as influential as she thinks she is. And Mama Lynn would drop her before she dropped her sobriety. I think so. Maybe something happens on a trip. And that's exactly what happens. She's like, I'm dropping your ass off here on the side of the road. Walk, bitch. Sorry. This is not a family-friendly stream. Amber knows where wifey's family lives. She might. Didn't she go see them? No, she wouldn't have gone to see them. They would have come to see her. Because if she had gone all the way out to, what, California? We would have heard about it. I'm not surprised Amber hasn't been successfully catfished. Because, like I said, I think she's more aware than we give her credit for. Because she's looking to control the relationship. So I think, I would imagine, I've never been catfished. I would imagine somebody catfishing would be trying to control the relationship because I feel like that would be the only way to really, like, successfully catfish. I don't know. So I think as soon as the other partner starts to try to take control, I think that's when Amber would pull away. Who's in the Middle East? Oh, the girlfriend. Gotcha. The mysterious girlfriend. She needs to find a new therapist because I sure as hell don't believe any goddamn thing she's saying about her mental health right now. I'm going to take this down. There we are. Yay! See. Dude, if Mr. Snowflake could land an interview, a legit interview with Amber, his life would be made. He would never need to make another video again in his life. Odessa, I am still shorter than you. People who are 4 feet, even the high end of 4 feet, fascinate the hell out of me because they're actually shorter than me. And I'm like, is this what it's like to be tall? I had a friend who was like 4'8". She was tiny. And I was just like fascinated. I was just absolutely fascinated. And I'm like, now you're even getting it from me. But I would never get to be the tall person. So I don't see Amber getting catfished just because I just don't think she'd go for it. Yeah, rookies, that's how tall I am. I'm 5 exactly. Zip. Sometimes I'm 5'1". Just depends on A, the shoes, and B, if I slept well that night. I already pulled it up, didn't I? Yeah. Pocket size. There is when people come over and just like put their elbow on your head like you're a freaking armrest while you're standing up. Hey, see, Chippies, I would be fascinated. I'm glad you're all happy about my minuscule height. So here's my idea that I had. I didn't realize that the rune readings would take quite that long, but I know I rambled a little bit at the beginning too. I haven't been watching Alexandra Rodriguez because every time I try to, I think she's boring as shit. However, multiple people have asked me to do so, and I know that Mama Goob watches her. Sorry, my nose itched. Um, like I think the majority of her videos during Vlogmas were Alexandra because she posts like every day or something crazy like that. Um, so since I'm already doing glitter and lasers, I thought maybe I'd give Alexandra Rodriguez a try. I'm not gonna lie, I don't get it. I don't understand. Since I'm not up on the Alexandra lore, I don't understand why she fits into girl world, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I get that she's one of the people that like, I'm losing weight and then never loses weight. And I think she recently had a facelift. And isn't she the one that got like the tummy tuck and then just didn't mention it? Like, I get that she does that. So I don't know if she does other things as well. Or if she's as problematic as Amber. So I don't necessarily think Anna from Glitter and Lasers is problematic. I just think she's like delusional and out of touch and does not care. So I guess my point is I have a video of hers keyed up of Alexandra Rodriguez. I thought maybe I'd watch it on camera with you guys if you're interested. These are long though. Jesus. We will be speeding that up. Okay, we'll watch some of the video online. Because y'all know I can talk. But here, type a 1 if you guys want to watch a live react of Alexandra Rodriguez. Otherwise, I can just keep reading chat and go over comments or something. Oh, the fox shirt. I actually got this at Torrid. This is a Torrid, I believe, size 0. I'm almost positive it is. And I bought it because it has foxes on it. Have I had this? How long have I had this shirt? Forever. One thing I don't like about it, though, it's just printed. It's not woven. So, like, I don't know. I love the sweater, but it's a lot cheaper than it looks. I mean, it looks a lot cheaper than it does on camera. Okay, cool. Tour of my Sims neighborhood. Right now, I'm playing a sim that it's not quite rags to riches, but the only way they can make money is by snooping and blackmailing and stealing. So all they can do is break in, snoop, and then I have them like take a shower, sleep on the bed, eat the food before everybody gets home. They have no friends. So that's what I'm doing with Sims right now. All right, let's see. That should be right. That should be right. Right, but where's my... First off, I don't need that to be like that. There we go. The ultimate. I am interested in this one because, like, I could do with some volume in my hair, so I'm kind of curious. Let's see if that's gonna pick up.
You want to go out in this house?
Okay, there we go. I like her dog. What is her dog? Her dog's like a specific breed. I have a friend who also has a dog of the same breed. But is it?
Guess what? It snowed. You want to go out in the snow? He's so excited. You want to go see the snow?
Is her... Wow, there. Is her dog the same kind of dog that Anna has? The dog Data that doesn't move? It just stands still like a statue and just... Is it the same breed? Because I know Anna's dog is not a mutt.
Oh. He's stoked. Yay!
I had a Doberman.
It's gonna all...
I had Dobermans growing up, and every time it would snow, they would run outside, and then they would start biting the snow and eating the snow, and like all of them did it. It wasn't just the one. There we go. That's what I wanted. Trying to move things around. I can't see.
all friggin' melt this afternoon, so I'm like, go enjoy it. Oh, there's the pea. Yeah, it's supposed to like turn to rain this evening, and then I don't know if it's gonna like melt or ice over, because it's gonna be like hovering around 34, so I'm like, this is gonna be a recipe for disaster.
2 days ago. Where does she live? 2 days ago was... Yesterday the roads were clear. Day before that. The roads were still iffy here. Okay, so question for people who know these things. Why is her skin so bad? Like, does she have a hormonal imbalance? Does she have, like, a weird... I had a friend in high school who had some kind of weird acne thing that, like, it was actually some sort of, like, flesh-eating bacteria, apparently. Like, why is her skin like this?
But, like, it doesn't look like the roads are really plowed, so I think I'm gonna have to work out from home today.
Doodle.
Yeah, he's just running around. Did you have fun, Bloot? Did you have fun out there? I know I opened this so poorly. It was kind of an accident. I thought it was rotten. And look at how perfect it is. So I'm gonna make Yara and I some avocado toast.
All right, I have a soapbox. I don't eat avocados. And I don't eat avocados because, and I shit you not, the avocado cartel is a real thing. They really do kidnap people. They really do blackmail farmers into growing avocados. And the cartel is basically attached to the drug cartels. And as far as I know, it does affect the California avocados as well. So as of my understanding right now, there are no non-blood avocados. So I just don't eat them. However, I know like every other person on the planet is like freaking addicted to them. So every time you eat an avocado, just think about that.
Catch up on the morning weather. I'll tell you, I love this thing. I asked sometime what it is. It's the Google Nest Hub Max. It's like the bigger size. They do have a smaller one we used to have too.
Yay,
and then
New York.
when I don't use it for like YouTube TV, it has different clock display options, because sometimes people ask like, what's that clock? And I love it for when I'm cooking and I'm like watch a YouTube video. Here she is, Miss Stunning Avi Toast in all of her glory. I cannot wait to eat this. And
What's on it?
I'm gonna work out, and then I'll probably make like a protein smoothie afterwards, but delish.
Did she tell us what she put on that and I talked through the whole damn thing? Was it honey?
All right, I'm about to head down to the basement and start my workout, and it's so...
Yeah, the avocado thing, it's just, I'm not being an asshole, just Google it. Like, there's all kinds of stuff about it. And I Googled it recently because I was like, maybe something's changed. No, I read an article as recently as January of this year, and I was like, well, still can't have avocados. I don't hate them.
cozy outside. I've been sitting at my computer at the little kitchen table for like an hour. It's 10 o'clock because the snow is just stunning.
I do this.
It's stunning. But I am about to just zone out and watch YouTube videos on the elliptical. Gabriella Fortunato just posted a new vlog. Every time she posts a new vlog, I get so excited. I love watching like new moms. It's just like very inspiring for me. Manifestation. So I love her vlogs. Let me know if there's any like new mom vloggers you guys like, because it just like, again, it's fun to like see new moms sharing their life.
If she ever becomes a mommy vlogger, that we're done.
So, yesterday at the Dollar Tree, I grabbed a new flavor. Well, it's not new, but new to me flavor of Alani that I've never tried. I put on this hoodie because it is really chilly in the basement where the elliptical is, and I feel like I'm gonna need this on for at least a little while. But we're gonna, let's be like the TikTok girlies. I feel like an old lady. Oh, yes. This is the kiwi.
How, if you're doing something from TikTok, are you an old lady? Like, that just doesn't seem possible to me. Yeah, palm oil. The problem with palm oil is finding stuff not made with it. That's the downside of palm oil. But they thrive grown in a greenhouse. I don't know. I don't know. Demand my tree. I don't mind avocados. I actually I like guacamole just fine. I just, now that I know this, I can't continue to eat it. I'm gonna need a bodyguard. Just imagine though. Imagine, hang on, think about it. Think about it. You have your own avocado farm and it is not attached, and you can prove that it's not attached to the cartels. Like, Italian restaurants quit carrying avocados because of this exact problem. You could sell your avocados to the Italian restaurants because they want to serve avocado. They just can't. So they would buy your avocados and you could be rich. It would be green gold. This is exactly why the cartels took over all of the avocado farms, because it's green gold. Anyway, back to Alexandra Rodriguez. Okay, sorry. Back on topic here. Everything in her house is white. Does she hate color? Is she colorblind? If you could see my house, there's way too much color going on.
Guava flavor of Alani. I'm probably only gonna drink half of this. I feel like the kiwi guava is gonna be really good because like I loved I think it was kiwi guava or guava something, the Celsius one. I stopped drinking the Celsius because it had like a very high amount of biotin. Yeah, Celsius contains 300 mcg of biotin and this only has 30, so I had switched over from Celsius to exclusively Alani because
Why don't I want to drink biotin? That's what makes your nails and your hair grow. Why don't you want to drink biotin? What's wrong with biotin? Damn it.
to drink both because I thought that was like contributing to my acne, and this is like so much less biotin. I don't know. Some people say that this can still cause acne. I don't know. We're just trying to figure it out, okay? But I'm still breaking out with the dairy, and I've been eating like super healthy. I even lost a couple pounds. Like I've just been eating really, really clean overall. So I'm kind of leaning towards, at the end of this 2-week experiment, doing just like more like whole foods and less processed foods, less refined sugar. We honestly...
So I have watched her videos where she talks about how awesome Copilot is, because she's another one of the Copilot girlies. So you're telling me she doesn't eat well normally. So she's only been trying to cut out the things that you need to cut out in order to lose weight for the last couple of weeks. So now I know why her skin looks like crap. So answered my own question there, I guess. Do people not understand how food works?
don't eat a lot of that. I know, contrary to popular belief, that's not the majority of our diet, but like I've been cutting back on
It's not?
snacks, eating more fruit and veg, and I think I'm just like gonna try to stick to that for the rest of the year. But I mean, we'll give the dairy-free a chance. But you know, some people are saying it can take months, and honestly, I'm just having a hard time even hitting like my protein goals, because I found that like a lot of the stuff that helped me with my protein goals have some sort of dairy in it. But I mean, I'm kind of figuring it out with like the turkey jerky, like just getting little bits of protein here and there. I don't know. I'm rambling.
So biotin will make your acne bad? Interesting. It never affected me that way. Actually, I take a couple biotin supplements, actually, so it can increase breakouts. So that's unfortunate. I mean, there's always something that's going to cause... You never know what you're going to react to until you start reacting to it. That's the problem with food reactions. Watch the background closely when she's cooking the chicken. Um, she doesn't. She's been doing this for years. Oh, wait. Did she have gastric bypass or did she have just like the fat removed? Because I remember she's the one that had like some kind of like stomach-ish surgery and didn't tell anybody about it. I can't do dairy anymore either because my hands will swell up. They look like sausages after that afterwards. I made a very poor life decision and had been paid for it for about 2 weeks. It was terrible. So like I'm dairy free now because of my arthritis. Tell you how excited I am about that.
But let's go ahead and give this a taste. Oh yeah, that's really good. That's very, very good.
That wasn't
Dare I
me.
say I like that more than the new cherry twist? I honestly like them both. But honestly, at the end of the day, my number one will always be Witch's Brew. Always.
I just drink water and coffee and sometimes soy milk. It's literally what I drink.
I was honestly like low-key hoping to see some at the Dollar Tree yesterday. Hi, baby. Do you want to go back out in the snow? You want to go down to the basement
I'm so looking forward to menopause. I'm looking forward to after menopause.
with me? And you can go out in the snow and I can watch you from the window of the elliptical. All right, AirPods are charged.
Just go out in the snow with your dog. Like, I guarantee you going outside and running around with your dog is going to be way better workout than running on a freaking elliptical. I hate ellipticals. You will not change my mind. But you've got a dog. Go outside and play with your dog. Like, go outside and play. You're going to get, even with the clouds, you're going to get your vitamin D. That'll help your face clear up. You're going to get the cold air. They've shown a lot of studies that show that cold therapy works wonders for your immune system, which would help with your acne. You're going to get exercise and you get to bond with your dog, which in general will be good for your mental health, which will actually help with your acne, believe it or not. You have the perfect solution and you're going to go put your dog outside to go play by itself and then go walk on an elliptical instead indoors.
Let's go work out. You want to go outside? You want to go outside? Come on. You want to go play in the snow? Wow! Wow! Yay! Yay! You are so
Look at this.
friggin'
Why
cute.
would you not
All
go
right,
out
Brady
and
just
play with
played
that
out.
dog? That dog wanted you to come play with it so bad. Ugh. I miss having a dog. I love my cats, but I miss having a dog. I like coconut water. I take that back. I will drink a coconut water every once in a while. So Delicious is good for coconut milk, yeah. They also, are they the ones that make the ice cream that I like? A seated elliptical. I could see doing one of those bike. Is that what that is? Is one of the bikes that has like the seat that's back there? I've started my end times. My uterus and I are not on good terms. Well, we're on better terms since last year, but we're still on shaky ground.
Aside for a bit. This is where I will be still loving the Simple Modern tumbler. But yeah, gonna do 30 minutes on the elliptical and then 30 minutes of strength training. I'm gonna do my Friday workout today because it's my at-home one. So we're not going to the gym.
You're gonna work out with jewelry on?
But it's so much fun. Where's your bones? I think we have bones over here.
Go
Usually chews on, like, the
outside
bone
and play with
while I
your
work out.
dog. Your dog wants to play.
What's your basement bones? Your basement toys? Your basement toys? Go! Yay! Yay! Parkour!
Look at how much that dog wants to play. You want to put your strength to work together, just pick the dog up a few times.
Parkour! Parkour!
God, I love this dog.
Parkour! Ready? Go! You're nuts.
Bend over, pick it up, and throw it. It's basically a burpee.
You're crazy. Go crazy. Okay, you guys, workout is done, and I'm going to prep dinner because I'm doing slow cooker dinner tonight.
Okay, she's cooking the chicken. What am I supposed to keep an eye out for? Someone mentioned that earlier. Oh, that's interesting. Miss Intense Incense. Mrs. Intense Incense. That's interesting. Well, I'm glad it works out for you. That's pretty cool. An endocrinoablation. Oh. I don't know anyone who gets a period that wants to continue to get it. Like, there are reasons why seeing it is good, but if you could have it magically go away and no ill effect for it, you know, I don't know anybody who wouldn't be like, yes, sign me up. A jar of marshmallow fluff.
I'm just gonna make some barbecue pulled chicken, and then we've got barbecue sauce. I don't have any more of my little liners I used to have, but that is okay.
Why would you put a liner in there?
Okay. Jesus.
Get her, dog.
Who's
Get her.
there? Nobody's there.
Where's the fluff?
Does anyone else get so scared when their dog just starts barking?
No, because I train my dog not to bark, but
Because it's so quiet.
I know
here.
some dogs you can't
So I'm
help
just
it.
gonna do 2 of these chicken breasts, and I'm gonna just serve them on some whole grain buns tonight. Easy breezy. And I'm gonna do some grilled zucchini as well. It's gonna be so delish. All right, so we're going to season the chicken breast really well. Also,
Why would you? Okay. Do none of these people know how to cook? Why would you not season it before you put it in the effing pot?
so I'm gonna start off with salt and pepper, and you can always add more seasoning later after it's all shredded and mixed up, because you can't taste it right now, obviously. So salt and
Oh, you can. It's not gonna taste great.
pepper. We do, of course, garlic and onion powder, because it adds the flavor.
You know, you could also just saute some actual onions and some actual garlic, and then on top of everything else, you actually get the health benefits of the garlic and the onions. And you can still add onion and garlic powder if you want, because the two have two different flavor profiles. But
I need to get more garlic powder.
that's when she's pulling
And
it
I
apart.
always put paprika on everything too. It's really good.
Dude, smoked paprika, actual high quality, decent smoked paprika, worth every freaking penny. It is so good.
I don't know. It adds a good little flavor. And then just a pinch of Slappy Mama. And then a drizzle of avocado oil.
Oh, is that what she had on her avocado toast? Was avocado oil? That makes no sense. Okay.
And pour barbecue sauce on top. And then you can always add more at the end as well. But I'm going to cook this on low for pretty much the day. Hey,
Where's Uncle Roger when I need him? You make me put my foot down.
how long do you slow cook chicken breast? I have to Google this every time.
They say
Low for 6 to 7 hours or high for 3 to 4?
Is that an Instapot or a slow cooker? He's gonna Instapot that for 3 to 4 hours?
So, somewhere in there, because it's noon. So maybe I'll do medium for 5. Okay, side note, I had one of these yogurts after my workout with some granola.
I'm actually having heart palpitations. Honey. Oh. Okay. Hot honey. That sounds good, actually. I'm sorry I started period talk in the chat, but you know what? Carry on. It's fine. Yeah, I've got a slow cooker lid for the Instapot. Okay, so I know what she's doing then. That makes more sense, thankfully.
These taste so good. I don't know if it's in my...
You can get a slow cooker lid for the Instapot. It's literally just a lid. It's just a glass lid. I think it has a seal on it. And you just put it on your Instapot because that's what a slow cooker is. So I have that. I have the air fryer attachment, which, by the way, game changer. And I also have the actual lid that goes with it. So
my head that it's almond milk has a little almondy taste, probably, but it's like a vanilla almondy, very, very yummy flavor.
Thank you.
It only has 5 grams of protein in each one, which the dairy ones has so much more. But there was another dairy-free one I looked at that had even less. I think it was coconut milk, but these are really good if you are dairy-free.
I've had their coconut milk yogurt. I don't like yogurt at all, but if I have to eat it, I like the silk coconut stuff, or maybe it's so delicious. Either way, it's too sour for me. It's not enjoyable. I will cook with it. I just don't like it. But if I have to eat it, I'll eat that stuff.
Okay, guys, I showered and just did all my skincare. I've been actually really loving that Dime skincare. I don't know, it just doesn't leave me feeling like greasy. Everything actually absorbs, because you know sometimes you do like a long step skincare and it just like doesn't absorb.
You're using the wrong products. I've been doing a Korean style skincare for going on 10 years now. And the only time I have problems is when I switch moisturizers, because American moisturizers don't play well with Korean skincare.
So yeah, I just did all
Don't
that.
ask me why.
And oh, nothing like hair wash day. It smells good. It feels good. So I'm gonna blow out my hair. I started following this girl that came up on my For You page on TikTok, and she's doing like 30 days of short hairstyles. And like, I just love her content and all her hair. Like if you have like a bob or something, like, oh, so cute. Okay, this is her page, Erin Duggan Jurchek, but she has so many good short hairstyle tutorials right now. So she ordered these like.
I do like the hair. I was interested in this part. I want to see how she voluptuous, because my hair's very thin. You know, because I'm old. So I would like something that makes me not look like all of my hair. My hair's also flat. Like there's no curl. It's flat.
Banana clips. Now I want to order them. And they're just like so fun.
Is it worth it to
from
make
back
almond
when
milk? No,
they were
just
popular,
buy
I
it.
guess maybe in the 80s or something. See those? And like you just clip your hair so easily.
Oh my god. The 80s are back with a vengeance, and they're bringing their hair care.
But anyway, one of her tutorials was these like bouncy.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. Oh, she's got the curlers in still though.
Blowout curls, and like I just loved the way that they look, but I don't have any of
Yeah,
these little
they
pins that
do.
she kind of held them in place with. But look at how good it looks when she like, oh, that volume.
Hair oil. Oh, I can't do that. That's too heavy for my hair. I mean, props to her. She looks great, but I can't put hair oil on my hair like that. I have a after shower. I've started doing a hair care routine. You know, like I should have been doing. And there is a hair oil that I do put on, and sometimes I'll put the hydrochloric stuff on my hair too, because it's supposed to be good for it. But anything heavier than the stuff that I'm using, and my hair just looks like it looks like an oil slick. It's just terrible.
Oh, I just am obsessed with that. I am obsessed. Part of me wanted to try to like do it right now. I was kind of looking through everything I have to see if there was anything I could use to hold them into place, but I don't have any of those little clips. Like,
Are those the root clips? I think Kicking Gaze was talking about root clips or something, but she's got like crazy coily hair.
I have some of these.
Too much hair for
But
the
she,
hair
like-
clips. Stacy, we are not friends. Don't talk about your voluptuous hair around me. I'm kidding. Seriously kidding.
Pins her whole head. I'm like, I could probably use bobby pins, but they might leave a mark. Should I try to do it with bobby pins? I have a whole lot of
Softer
them, and then I
hard
have
water.
like.
I have no idea, Bathtub Mary. I live in an apartment, so I have apartment water. It comes from New York. We're part of the city of Philadelphia. We're technically in Philadelphia, but our section of Philadelphia gets our water from New York, which is great because it's good, clean water, but I have no idea how the apartment treats it. So I can't answer that question, I guess.
6 of these, which I could just do like in the front of my hair, because like it's just like a boring snow day.
I haven't used mousse in a minute.
I'm like, I need to do something fun for the vlog. If you hear snowblowers outside, everyone is snowblowing because it's like turning to rain.
I did catch the obsessed. I did catch that. I am actually watching her for Amber's mannerisms. Like I was catching their fingers. I was doing the talking too much thing because she just doesn't shut up.
So, yeah, I think we should just probably go for it. And if it doesn't work well, it doesn't work well. I'm not gonna put makeup on though, because like I feel so good with that full skincare.
I am hearing, like if I closed my eyes and just listened, I hear Amber's accent that she's been using recently. I hear Amber when I'm listening to Alexandra, which I know is reversed. I'm hearing Alexandra when I'm watching Amber. And one of the main reasons I wanted to start watching Alexandra is because everybody keeps talking about how much Amber's been copying her. So I wanted to see it with my own eyes.
Here I just put on like, oh, my skin feels clean and fresh. I'm just gonna throw on lip gloss and brow gel to feel something, you know? But I'm glad you guys also have been like agreeing about putting on that little bit of makeup. You know, it just makes you feel more put together. Am I gonna put makeup on right now?
So sorry.
Girl.
There we go. That's better. I actually was gonna put makeup on today. I clearly did not. I have no eyebrows. You can tell when when I have makeup on because you can actually see my eyebrows and my eyelashes. Otherwise, the light just washes me out. But it was a day. I had a day today, so we didn't do makeup.
I'm like talking myself into it, but
Autumn Wawa is amazing. I don't know if I like Sheets or Wawa better. I think I like them both on the same level, which I know makes me some kind of like heretic, but Wawa has like the best coffee and it's so cheap.
anyway, the blow dry takes the longest, so I'm gonna throw in some headphones and listen to a podcast because it's gonna take forever even to just like rough dry my hair. So rough dry first, and then I'll go in with the Dyson to do like the wrapped around pieces.
She's talking way louder with her. Oh, is this where the headphone thing is coming from? Always having the stupid earbuds in?
So let me rough dry and then I'll be back.
A few minutes later.
All right, I'm like 2 seconds into rough drying my hair and I already had heat protectant in, but I'm gonna do some of this. This was like viral on TikTok a while ago, the Redken root lifter.
What are we gonna do when TikTok stops telling us what we should buy? How are we gonna figure out what to buy if there's no TikTok?
So just to like start us off on a high lift note, like I want volume. I want my hair in the sky. So we're just going to put this all over the roots.
This is why I don't get mousse. Look, I'm ignorant when it comes to hair, okay? It comes out and it's all poofy, the mousse, and then you put it in your hair and it just smooshes down. What is it doing? Is it even getting to where it needs to go? Like, I know this is stupid, but I've always been baffled by freaking mousse. Like, how does it work? And I'm not trying to be like mean here, but she's got a thinning patch. So her hair's thinning too. I wonder if she has the same problems I do with like really, really flat, thin hair.
And I'm gonna blow dry my hair like in opposite directions as my part and try to get like as much lift as I possibly can. So even after we rough dry, I still want there to be a lot of volume before we even go.
Yeah, there we go. She's doing the ear thing. Though, has Amber done that recently? I'll have to go back and check. Like, I'm drawing a blank. But I know where this is coming from now.
Into phase 2. Okay, guys, my hair is all rough dry.
Girl, put a goddamn shirt on.
I'd say it's like 90% dry. We've definitely got some good volume, so I'm excited.
I like it.
So she takes, I think, the Shark.
Okay, so all right. So mousse works, and then I don't know what rough drying is, but apparently it works.
And I'm just gonna like copy what she did. So
TikTok.
shout out to her. So she did her sides first and then the top back. I'm hoping I can do this without the clips because otherwise this is gonna be super anticlimactic. Okay, so throwing it up
Rough
under.
dry is like a crumb coat, but
And this
for
will
hair.
get that last little bit dry too.
Interesting.
Okay, and then keep it curled. This is
Look, don't judge Philly by Jersey. We are not the same. And I say that knowing full well that Kicking Geese lives in Jersey.
difficult. I was never good at like holding the curls in place.
I can't do this part either.
Come on.
Somebody said my hair would look good in victory curls, and I don't disagree, but I can't can't do this. I'm not dexterous enough.
This is gonna take me 3 hours.
Word.
Okay, I think it's secured. Okay, there. So
Eternity later.
okay, I'm gonna be so for real. I don't have the most.
Maybe she's just wearing a spaghetti strap top, which is doing her no favors because she is endowed. So it's giving the same effect. But if you don't want to wear a bra, don't wear a bra. It's fine. I don't actually care, but do please put a shirt on. She went to cosmetology school? That would explain the eyebrows. I don't know why she was in Jersey. This is true. Her editing is watchable.
Hope about this purely because it's with bobby pins, and I feel like I did what I could to get them to stay in place. And I don't know if they're gonna have like weird little kink marks in them from the bobby pins, because you kind of need like the flat pins, I feel like, to make it really work. I did use these clips that should have no mark for like the most important ones. So this one's falling out, but she is voluminous. So wow, I'm actually really excited. Like if it's gonna be all like that, that's gonna be
Get like a Betty Boop page cut thing going on. That would be really cute.
so much fun. Where is that pin? I don't know. I don't even dare to try to like.
I think
touch
it's
any
a
of this
tank
right
top,
now,
yeah,
but,
with just the spaghetti straps.
I don't know how long I should leave this in for. See you whenever. Okay, it's been about 20-ish minutes, maybe 30. So we're gonna take these out and see how they are. Because if they look
Which one's Anna Nicole Smith again?
bad, it's probably better if I just get them out now. See how there's like a little bit of a kink in it because of these clips. But I really like the concept of this, and it really didn't take long. All right, this one used a bobby pin. See how curly? So curly. I don't know.
Apologies if I said the wrong pronoun and or gender term. Sorry, I'm just going off of people's names.
Why, I just like, I think this look is so like romantic, and I don't know, it's giving like Meredith Blake.
Marks on hair. I know what she's talking about with the marks on hair. I used to do a lot of like steampunk hair looks, and if you leave your hair up too long or you don't put it up correctly, like it'll dent the hair, if that makes sense. It's the same concept of braiding your hair and then waking up with waves. So I get what she's saying, but usually they're so small, unless you're like right on top of somebody, you're not going to really notice it. Sorry, I don't like her eyebrows.
Okay, so
Says the woman with no eyebrows.
okay, here are all of these taken out. It's definitely giving volume. I feel like this would look so much better with makeup on, but you know, we are doing the best we can. It's like I never want to do my hair if I don't have makeup on. I don't know. Is that like a weird thing? Why am I so excited about
Ooh.
Oh, this is
Okay, look, that turned out really well though.
so this is so
Like I'd be ecstatic if my hair was half that fluffy. Look, seriously though. And my hair is clean. And yes, that's like an old 80s trick where you like push the... See, I have fluff now. Anyway.
so cute. Some of them are not as curled as I want. Like I love this side.
She died.
Oh wow, that is so.
I'm starting to put that one together.
So voluminous. I think she left hers in for an hour. I mean, I also don't think I like necessarily did
Excuse me.
it all the right way because of the bobby pins. But overall, though, she's definitely a cute look.
Oh, okay, I see what's happening here. Calling the hair she and the hairstyle she and all that. Yeah, I know that's a thing. Okay, this is my interaction with the gendering of non-gendered things, and her hair is like, yeah, I think she and I have very similar hair. I remember it starting maybe early 2000s, late 90s, and it was like part of the gay scene where you would, you would just randomly gender things, but it was, I won't say it was like a joke, but it was kind of like a way to punctuate what you were talking about. Now, fast forward to now, it seems to just be part of language. It's like how I say like all the time. I don't even notice I'm doing it. It's just part of my normal speech pattern. So I feel like for certain groups and maybe certain generations, the gendering thing is, well, in English, I'm almost positive they don't do it anywhere else. But I think that's just normal speech at this point. And it can be very annoying. I get called out for the liking, the like thing all the time, but it is what it is.
Oh, look when I flip it on this side. What? I'm kind of here for it. I think it's fun and cute and like
It does look cute. It looks good on her.
flirty for like a little romantic date night if you had
Now, do you unload an entire can of hairspray on that now? Like Aquanet that all to hell?
on like some nice glam and a cute outfit. I don't know. I think it's fun. I'm sure this would look really cute if your hair was like a little bit longer too. I think hers is a little bit longer
Oops, sorry.
than mine, but I don't know. Overall, I think it's like really cute. Maybe like tuck this side. It's so voluminous. Wow, I love this. Okay, this one pretty well.
It does look good on her.
Definitely gonna be ordering
Her her attempt at styling her hair definitely went better than Amber's.
some of those clips so I can do this the right way, because also I feel like this would hold like so well. Like that volume is not gonna go anywhere. Okay, you guys, I have just been doing some
Okay, why would you go through all of that effort to get your hair to look like that and then put a damn headband on? You better be going to bed. Also, I really like that comforter.
work on the computer. It is 2:15 and I
Why did you go through all that effort to do your damn hair just to do this to it? What was the point?
figured on this snow day we should
Rocky's Wooby. My grandfather insisted that all of my boyfriends be called Bob. No, like why is he calling me Bob? I don't know.
start our snow day, Snowy City paint by numbers, because I really want to do this during winter and I need it to match the one we already finished during Vlogmas. And then I may have two other ones
Who was talking in my comments about paint by numbers? I like paint by numbers. I like the little diamond painting too. So
ready to go. I am just so here for this hobby. It's a great hobby for not scrolling.
I know she's married. Okay, I know she's married. I obviously know about the dog. I thought she was like trying to lose weight. I know she's been trying to get preggers, and I know she's had well, I mean, she had a miscarriage. There's no other way to put that. So I know all of this. I can guess why that happened, but I'm not trying to be mean. And I don't necessarily think it's mean. It's just reality. So this part, I don't understand why she's not working on the weight loss more. Like, why is she more concerned about clearing up her face than she is about losing the weight? They will both do the same thing as far as like the face thing, but one of them will get you closer to your goal of motherhood. Assuming there's not something else wrong. That I don't know. So
Something fun to do off your phone, and it's just like super relaxing, great for anxiety.
oh my god, she does sound exactly like Amber. It's good for relaxing, so great for anxiety.
This one is also from Amazon.
If Amber shows up on camera wearing a gray sweatshirt with a gray headband, I know exactly where it came from.
Oh my gosh, I should just get scissors. But if you missed it during Vlogmas, I finished this one, which is super similar to this one. It's like the same kit, but here's how cute it's go. It looks really similar to the sledding one, and I want to like frame them and put them up every winter. And I think it'll be really fun for like when we have kids one day, like, mommy.
She gets paid to paint by numbers and basically lies why she's not losing weight. She gets paid? I want to paint by numbers and get paid. The hell does that work?
Painted that, you know? And then I've got my winter sweater on. We're just feeling the wintry vibes. I'm also gonna like light a candle, and maybe I'll just put the office on because I really have to like focus when I do this. So here is everything that it comes with.
I'm half listening because I'm also reading the chat.
I love these because they're the perfect size, and it comes on already like a firm surface. Some of them just come on like canvas or like a wooden frame canvas, but this one's nice and flat. Wow, this one looks a lot more intricate than our last
Sorry,
one.
I didn't mean
but
to
I'm
pause
really
like that.
excited. I think it's gonna be so cute. So it comes with this. I love that it also comes with
I know she's also like fat acceptance and health at every size. I know that comes out every once in a while.
an easel, which I didn't really use the last time. I
You
kind
guys
of
talk
like
about
just
the
like
damnedest
hold it
shit
in my
over there
lap
in
or
the
put
chat.
it on the table. I find it easier, but it does come with a little easel, which I think is great. I'll link this one and the last one. And then we've got all of our numbered paint and 3 size brushes. And then right here,
I love those tiny little paint pots. Do not ask me why. It's something about happy memories of childhood, every time I see those damn things, I get excited.
Has like a guide picture as well if you want like to reference. So I just love the colors on this. It's so pretty. It's like a nighttime one, so it's good. We'll have like a nighttime one and a daytime one. So let's light this
Dark
candle.
time.
This is the saffron sandalwood from just Threshold at Target. This smells so good. Get a cozy little vibe going. And it does smell very much like barbecue chicken.
I did
down here
see the
from
bunnies
food.
and the
So,
mushrooms.
try to cover that a little bit. And yeah, I'm just going to put on The Office. I started the new season.
I totally see why she gets on people's nerves. There's a reason why I've not watched her before this. And really the only thing I was interested in was the fluffy hair, and she's already ruined that. What was the whole point? Like, there's no curl in her hair at all. This is why you empty an entire can of Aquanet on your hair. I'm kidding.
Of 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life, which was exciting. And there's a new
Isn't that an oxymoron? 90 Day Fiancé, The Single Life? Having a fiance implies that there are two of you.
season of 90 Day Diaries, but I've never watched 90 Day Diaries, so I think I need to start from the beginning. It's kind of like, it feels like YouTube, like all the 90 Day couples film their life like on their phone, and it's just like home videos. So I have that, but love 90 Day Fiancé, and I love how many different avenues they have.
I know Amber claims to be a big 90 Day Fiancé fan. I've never heard her actually talk about any of the couples on that show. So I call bullshit on that. But I see where it's coming from.
We finished, I can't remember, did I talk about it in the vlog? Killers of the Flower Moon? That was an amazing movie. Like, amazing. And then we
Killers of the Flower Moon. I kind of really want to see that, but I hate dramas.
were on like a Leonardo DiCaprio kick, and I watched Wolf of Wall Street for the first time.
And then there's that. Leonardo DiCaprio is actually a very, very good actor. And I kind of want to see it, but I don't think I ever will, though.
With Yar, but he's already seen it. I didn't love it as much as Killers of the Flower Moon, but it was still a good movie. So that's the tea. Let's go ahead and start painting.
We're not going to actually watch her paint this, are we? That's not actually... She's not actually really... Seriously? So this is where Amber gets... Leonardo DiCaprio in a lot of stuff. But the movie that really hit home with me that he was a phenomenal actor, and I'm gonna like feel like a real idiot if he wasn't in this. I should probably check first. But Catch Me If You Can. Wasn't he the kid who was the fraud? And he was playing across from, God damn it, what is that man's name? It doesn't matter. That movie, I was just like, yeah, he's literally my entire life I've thought his name was Tom Hanks.
All right, you guys, it is much later.
All right, we're keeping an eye out for Fluffernutter.
Look how sad this looks until it gets like pulled. I don't do anything fancy. I literally just take 2 forks and
Killing me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Do not use metal on metal. For the love of Pete. Oh my god.
The chicken just like falls right apart. And then I'm gonna add in some more
Shalise, I see you. I see you.
barbecue and serve it up
Oh, for
on
Christ's
some.
sakes.
I got these multigrain brioche buns.
I hate you. This right here, I hate her. I will never forgive her for this.
Yeah, we buy them all the time, but they're so good. It's just such an easy dinner. I love like pulled chicken. I don't know why. I need to get like those claw things that like pull chicken apart really
Yes, you do. And you need to take it out of the goddamn Instapot. Stop it. I will come over there and do it for you. Where's the fluffernutter? I'm not seeing the fluffernutter.
easily. But I mean, 2 forks is just fine.
No, it's
I
not.
don't need to get that. Okay, I'm gonna give it a little taste and see if it needs more seasoning along with the barbecue. That is so good. I don't think it even needs anything. Okay, so these are
See olive oil. I see a cookbook. I see cooking utensils. I see a stove that's much cleaner than mine is.
the buns. They're just wheat brioche hamburger buns from Whole Foods. And then I'm gonna do American cheese on yours, and then I'm gonna try this plant-based cheddar style cheese alternative. It's supposed to melt and stretch.
I like Daiya stuff. If I have to have like a cheese product, I mean, I can still eat cheese as long as I don't go nuts with it. But if I have to eat fake cheese, I really like the Daiya stuff. And surprisingly, Aldi's fake cheese is surprisingly good.
So I'm just gonna try a little bit for you guys now. Tell you if it's
No, the scraping in my teeth. Seriously.
any good. Let's see. Not bad. Once it's melted, I think it will be better. And of course, I'm going to grill our bun.
Oh, I see it. It's like a Where's Waldo game. Dude, where's Waldo? Is that the fluffernutter? Sorry, we have nothing else to do right now. You all signed up for this 5. This is your own fault. Nope, too much. No, I had it. Damn it.
It's supposed to melt and stretch.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna try a little bit for you guys now. Tell you if it's any good. Let's see. Not bad.
Get your damn head out of
Once
the way.
it's melted, I think it will be better. And of course, I'm going to grill our buns. If you don't grill
There it is. Yep. I was like, I wanted to make sure it said fluff on it. I'm sure that's her husband's. Or the dog. The dog's eating the fluffernutter. Your heart. Why don't you eat fake cheese raw?
your buns, you just
Elimination diets are just really hard in general, so I'm not gonna give her too much shit for that. They're just hard. We did one time, my partner and I, where you basically cut out like, damn near everything. Like the whole point was to take everything that could potentially be a trigger, an inflammatory food, whatever. You were supposed to eliminate it for 30 days and then slowly reintroduce it into your diet. I think it's literally called an elimination diet. It's really hard to do. It's really, really hard to do.
you have to grill your buns. And I'm also just sauteing some zucchini with like a bunch of seasoning as well. So that's dinner.
Tomorrow.
Good morning, you guys. It is the next day.
You have committed cooking sins that cannot be forgotten.
It is 9:30. Since I worked out from home yesterday, I'm gonna go into the gym today because I just feel like getting out. I'm charging my Aura ring right now.
Oh my god, a Snickers bar dipped into fluff. Oh, I hate you so much right now because it sounds so good. I come from the land of the fried Twinkie.
Now, I am just like so.
Fluff is marshmallow cream, yes. It's fluff. It's marshmallow cream. I think fluffer is an actual thing. It's like fluff and something else. I think peanut butter. But I just always have called fluff stuff fluffer nutter, so I apologize, but It was a jar of fluff. It literally said fluff on it.
Obsessed with the Aura Ring, guys. It's been really, really fun so far.
Marshmallow cream
So
is
if
my
you're
whole
like
diet.
curious about it, it's been so much fun like tracking the basal body temperature, whether you're like TTC or just like tracking your cycle. You just get so much insight getting that like direct basal body temperature like right when you wake up. It's just, and it, like you don't even have to like take your temperature. It's just so cool. I don't know. I'm really loving it. Like my sleeps.
I've never tried to conceive, so I don't know anything about any of this. I know people like track their body temperature when they're trying to get pregnant, so go off. I don't know any better.
Or I feel like it's helping me like kind of wind down for bed.
I feel like we need to create a... Sorry. Shh, just turn off. My alarm was going off. I think we need to create a fund where we purchase cookbooks, like legit cookbooks, and then mail them to the girls. Just so that they... Like beginner cookbooks, too. Like nothing fancy. We're not going to... Maybe start off with like some like Martha Stewart beginner cookbooks. I know Gordon Ramsay's got one that like it's like basically how to cook in the kitchen kind of a thing. Like just some basic beginner cookbooks and mail them to the girls and just be like, please, just follow the instructions.
A little bit more. It just gives like so much good insight on like everything or a lot about your health anyway. So I'm really enjoying it, and I'm
I have a killer recipe for homemade marshmallow that I don't make anymore.
finding I have to charge it maybe every 5 or 6 days. They say every week, but I feel like it's every 5 or 6 days. But like, they say you can charge it before you go to bed. They're like, put it on before bed. Like I don't want to miss my basal body temperature, so I just charge it when it's getting low in the morning while we're like having breakfast and caffeination and kind of just easing into the morning. But I'm very proud of myself. I have been sticking to...
Does anybody remember the Frugal Gourmet? Like anyone besides me? I know he had kind of like a very big controversy and that's why he's not like around anymore. But does anybody remember him?
My morning routine in this new year, like doing the gratitude journal, going into my planner. I'm still obsessed with this little doodle planner from
cute.
Amazon, but just like taking the mornings to be intentional. And yeah, I think this year's going good so far. So I hope you guys are having a good year so far. I'm going to end this vlog here and start another one. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope if you had a snow day too, it was a good one. But I love you. And I'll see you again in a few days. Bye.
Yes. I don't know what this one is. We're not gonna watch it tonight because it's late. I just lost my entire train of thought. Like it derailed. Oh, my snow day, because I am superior to everyone. I went out for a hike. I love snow hiking, and I especially love snow hiking after it's like the very fresh snow. The only thing I like better is if it's like that real slow, gentle snow, and then you hike in that while there's like snow and it's still snowing, and then you go hiking in that. Oh my God, I love it so much. My cats hate it. I love it. So that's what I did on my snow day, was I hiked around my neighborhood. But I also live like the forest is there, like my house. Like literally, this could be my background. This could be my window. It's not, but it could be. Yeah, it turned out Frugal Gourmet was kind of like a jerk dirtbag, but his recipes are great. I guess it's like separating the art from the artist. I still have one of his books, too. I have Frugal Gourmet Cooks with Wine and Frugal Gourmet Keeps the Feast. And I tell you what, the Frugal Gourmet Keeps the Feast is the first time I ever read a cookbook that was like had historical information in it about the recipes. And that got me hooked on what I later found out was called the archaeology of food. So that's a real field of archaeology. Tin can. And can cook. I don't know who Yan is. I need Uncle Roger to put a cookbook out. That would be the cookbook I would send. I'm not a big rain walker, but I will throw my rain jacket on. As long as it's not like torrential downpour. I do like a nice slow rain for walking, but I don't want to be out in it all day. And I've had to be out in rain all day, and I don't like it. Traumatized. Aw, Benji, I'm so sorry. You really don't. Go someplace very controlled to experience snow. My friend in the Philippines tells me the same thing, and I'm like, yeah, you know it's cold when it snows, right? Martin Yanni's on TikTok. Oh, is Chef Vincenzio the guy who's like Italian and what's the other accent he has? And he switches between them, and it's the most bizarre thing, and I love it so much. Dude, Uncle Roger got me trying out MSG, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh. You can't drop that bomb, Bathtub Mary, and then just run. Of course, I don't watch TV anymore, so it could be anybody. Oh. Miss Intense Incense. Yes, I do. I have been known to do archaeology in the past. I didn't do much of it tonight though. We started off with the rune reading though. I get dissenters every time I do the rune reading. There's like, I can't believe an anthropologist would dabble in the runes. It's like, why? What about being an anthropologist makes it so that like I can't have any kind of like opinions or beliefs about the supernatural? I literally do paranormal archaeology. Like, why wouldn't I be interested in that kind of a thing? And what about being an archaeologist makes it so that I can't do that stuff? Anyway, snow is my 4-letter word. Oh, I saw this yard flag the other day. It was a black flag and it had like this really fancy snowflake on it, and then in cursive writing it said, "Ew, snow." What's an NDA? I'm stupid. MSG does have a bad rep because of racism, yes. Yes, it does. And you know what? It's delicious. It's completely different than salt. Like, it is a salt. That's not what I'm saying, but the kind I have is made from fermented corn. There's different types of MSG. I'm not kidding. There's different types of MSG. And they're made from different things. Like, original MSG is made from, I'm going to say kelp, and that's not what I mean. Seaweed? Yes. Yes. Some variety of seaweed. But that's not how it's usually manufactured anymore. And so they can be manufactured from a variety of different things. The one I have is made from corn. Anyway, it has like, I know everybody says umami because they're like, oh, there's no way to describe it. It's almost